What's up everyone, welcome to Rhinofeed. Today I'm going to be checking out the 1STPLAYER Firerose RGB mechanical keyboard. This guy is only $53 and it has full RGB lighting, steel plate, double shot ABS keycaps, and interchangeable switches, Auto-Mute switches by the way. But other than that, quite a few features for that price. So let's just do a quick unboxing here, but I will go into a further detailed review shortly here, so just keep watching if you want to. So you get a fun little instruction manual, half in Chinese, half in English. It's pretty self-explanatory though. You get a QC check pass sticker, not really a sticker, a thing. And my most favorite part, I wish I had a CD drive that I could actually read this, but otherwise, it's so cool. It just brings back memories. So it's in some bubble wrap here, and it's actually pretty heavy. It is a full-size keyboard, but that steel plate, good build. And you also receive a switch puller, and you also receive a keycap puller, a plastic kind, which I've talked about them before, not a fan. And then you receive the Auto-Mute switches, which are RGB with the clear housing. Very clicky, blue switch, and it is compatible with cherry keycaps, but it just has this little shielding here to protect against dust and water, because this claims that it's dust-proof and waterproof. But then they don't want you to dunk it in water, so should I do it? This keyboard claims it has an IPX7 waterproof standard, which means it could withstand 30 minutes at a depth of 1 meter. This water test has proven that wrong. Water clearly got to the PCB. Keys were actuating all over the place. You'll definitely have to wait for it to dry out for it to be functional again. So no, I would not recommend you spill stuff on it, and it's not waterproof. For starters, it has a floating key design on top of the steel plate, and then the rest of the chassis is made out of plastic. On the bottom, you'll find 2 flip-out feet with both rubber ends, which I really appreciate. And then also near the bottom, you'll see another couple rubber pads. This has an angular sort of design. You're not really going to see it much. And it has some of the instructions on the back as well, which kind of tells you what you need to do for the LED lighting. It has a non-removable cable, which I kind of expected for this price point, but it is a bummer nonetheless. And it even has a gold-plated cable on the other end, which... gold plating, oh, it's so amazing. It's going to make all the difference in the world. Not really. The rest of the keyboard is pretty stealthy, except from their logo right above the arrow keys, which if they did not have their logo there, I would have been 100 times happier with the design. Like, this design is actually right up my alley because it's so stealthy and matte black, and it doesn't collect fingerprints as well as a glossy black or something ugly like that. So this finish is kind of a textured, which doesn't pick up as much grease. So I kind of like that a lot. The keycaps are double shot ABS. They're alright. They're a little bit thin, and the gamer font is not my cup of tea. The secondary functions are actually laser printed, so that's I don't expect PBT keycaps, but I just wish they would change the font. It has a few functions on the top, so if you press function plus escape, that will return everything to the default setting for your LED lighting. Then you have your media controls. It'll open your music player, volume down, volume up, mute, reverse, forward, play, pause, stop, mail, home, computer, calculator, and finally your backlighting, which is going to turn that on and off. And then right underneath there, in the little cluster of keys here, you'll have function plus M is going to switch through all of your backlighting modes. Function delete is going to change the LED color in a lot of these modes, and function home is going to finalize your color settings when you're in the gaming mode. Finally, on the arrow keys, you can speed up or slow down the animations or increase brightness and lower the brightness. This is actually the first keyboard I've had where I feel like the backlighting is not bright enough. This is actually the brightest level. There are 5 brightness levels total, and you almost can't even see it on camera, it's so dim. There are 10 total modes, which I'll flip through in a second, but if you press Function plus Escape, it's going to return to the default setting, and if you press Function plus Print Screen, it's going to turn your LEDs off, if you prefer not to have LEDs. On any of the modes, you can press Function plus Delete to flip through your colors. And let's just go through the modes now. So this is static, of course. When I press Function Insert, it's going to go to the next mode. This mode is gaming mode, which you're going to be able to control your backlighting for each individual key, and there are 5 different profiles just by pressing Function 1 through 5. Obviously that's a completely random profile, but if you press Function plus Home, those 3 LEDs are going to blink and you're going to be able to click each key. And not only that, you're going to be able to click each key again to change the color on that key. So now it's white. It can also be off. Red, green, blue. It's kind of tedious setting up a profile, but once you have it set, you can press Function Home again, and it will complete it, and then you can just flip through your profiles again, which is kind of cool. The next mode is called Reactive Mode. Obviously, as you type, boom. Next mode is called Wave Mode. Pretty self-explanatory. And a lot of these animated modes you can speed up or slow down. Just really slow. Pretty much static. And annoyingly fast. This one is called Wave. This one is called Ripple. Change the color on that. Boom, you got water now. Touch and Go, it's called. Multicolor Wave. I don't know why it says multicolor wave, because this is actually single color. Oh, there you go. Breathing. Classic. And this one is called Neon. Again, it really doesn't pick up on camera. It looks a lot better in person, but I do feel like it could be a bit brighter. The dimensions are 5¼ by 17¼ by 1.5 inches with the keycaps, and flat. If you raise the feet, you're at about 2 inches. It's a little over 40 ounces, so it has quite the heft to it. The build quality is really good, and I'm really happy that they included this steel plate. You don't usually see that on a keyboard at this price. It actually weighs less than the Corsair Strafe, but it has a smaller footprint, so that's expected. So I got the keycaps off, and I'm going to show you the change it yourself switches. Grab your switch remover, you pinch on the 2 tabs, and you pull up. Seriously, I feel like I'm gonna break it. I've used a keyboard with this feature before and it was nothing like that. Now on a different one, I was able to get it out, still with a lot of force. See, that one worked way better because I already did it once. Let's see if a cherry clear will go in there. Okay. Anytime I removed a switch, it would bend up the top housing because it's in there so tightly. So this feature on this particular keyboard is a no-go. Hopefully you like Automu Blues. Furthermore, if I try to put a Cherry MX switch in, it would not fit. So their steel plate design is off a little bit. Other than that, thank you so much for watching this very video. I hope you've enjoyed. And yeah, this keyboard for 50 bucks, I think it's a great deal, especially because it has a steel plate, which a lot of keyboards in this budget price range do not have. If you would like to purchase it, there is a link in the video description. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. And as always, please rate, comment, and subscribe.